So yesterday I put out a video on how now is the best time possible to start playing Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade, and with that people were asking me, you know, how do I reroll? How does all of that work? So if you're not sure how that works and even what that is, we're going to explain that in today's video. But first, make sure you subscribe. About 80% of viewers aren't currently, so make sure you're joining that 20. And if you have been subscribed, thank you. I appreciate your support. Post a comment down below, and obviously you guys can share your friend codes and all that stuff down below. And if you're looking for friend invites to get free cubes, go to the comment section. I'm sure there are plenty down there that you can input as well. Today's video like goal is going to be 1,000. Hopefully this video gets that. If you enjoyed and if it's helpful, you know what to do. All right, so that being said, let's dive in. And like I said, I did a video which you guys can watch down below in the description where I talk about how now is the best time currently at the time of the recording. This will change, but at the time of the recording, check the date. This is the best possible time to start playing this game because we have all of these different events, whether that's the login bonuses that you see here. You have Megumi available in the game currently, so you should start with Megumi and Gojo if possible. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a moment. We also do have the pre-registration rewards and the early gacha of the website. Early gacha is still live for a few more days. I'll be covering that like tomorrow in another video to just make sure people know that it's about to leave. But the point is that we are in the launch window. And so ultimately, you want to make sure you start off strong. So starting today, completing the tutorial takes about 10 minutes. Completing the tutorial starting today, you start off with about 12,900 gems or cubes. And so with that, you can obviously get a pretty strong head start. So what you're going to want to do, and I'll show you guys how to do it. Once you're in, you're going to want to just make sure that you do summons for Megumi. If you have to use all your cubes, I mean, I think that may be worth it. It's up to you if you want to do one and then kind of just reset repeatedly, so on and so forth. That is totally at your own discretion, but your goal is to get Megumi. And then on the reroll ticket that they have, you're going to want to get Gojo on that. And if you get characters like SR Yaga or SR Nanami, those are characters to kind of hold on to and moving forward. There's a SR healer. She's pretty good, but I really like those other two that I mentioned. And otherwise, Nobara here, she's really solid as well as a DPS. Those are the main characters, in my opinion, you're looking for without spending 10 minutes going over, you know, more detail, because there are other characters that are good, like R Kaito, but I believe you start with him too. All right, so let's go a little bit deeper into this and talk about how you guys are going to reroll on this game, because it's not like the Japanese version. And what I mean by that is I think that the Japanese version actually has a delete account button that this version of the game just simply does not have. So when you're starting the game, you're going to have a couple of different opportunities. So first things first, say that you started the reroll process, you don't get what you want, say you don't get Megumi, whatever the case is, and you want to just start a new account. You have a few options. First things first, under the same email address, you can actually create different accounts on each of these different servers. So you've got a handful of tries per email address that you put in. Quick note on that. The game does require you to create a Bilibili email address or login, I guess. So there's not a way around that. There is no guest option unless, I guess, maybe using your phone number would work, but I haven't tried that. But otherwise, there is no option for that. Remember how I mentioned the delete account function? Well, this game simply doesn't have that button in the bottom right corner like the Japanese version does. You can actually spawn it by clicking customer support and clicking contact customer support. There is a delete button right here. But this is a little bit tricky, and it takes 7 days, and pretty much the only reason I think you would want to do this is to just get the email address back so you can create something. But like 7 days is crazy. Like, this doesn't make much sense to me. So yeah, I don't really recommend this all too much. So what you'll have to do is from here, you can follow exactly what I just did. By the way, say you got an account you don't want, you can follow what I just did. Okay, so let me just say this because there's a lot of different ways. On multiple devices, like on Android or on iOS, you can always like delete the app data or something like that and then start over like that, but I don't recommend doing that. I wanted to throw that caveat out there. But what I do recommend doing is clicking contact customer support and logging out. This will log you completely out of the Bilibili email address, and then what's going to happen is when you start things up, it's going to ask you to sign in. Like I said, there is no guest option for some reason. And the easiest way to do this is to just link it with a Gmail. So the cool thing about that is not every email can do this, but with Gmail, you can salt the email, which is pretty much where you put periods in, and it's the same email address, but you just kind of like put periods in it, or just do little things like that, where you don't have to keep changing your string. Like say it's DFree 12345 instead of DFree DBZHD 20K 12345. Like I don't have to change it a bunch of times. So I do recommend using Gmail, and also the good note with that is that you can continue with Google as an option already, so it's already kind of built in. So that's the main one I would primarily use. You could try with other emails if that's up to you, if you wanted to do that. But you will have to do this process. And again, once you're in and you've got an email, you do have 5 different chances through each of the servers to be able to proceed. One thing I don't know is if I assume this is how it works, right? It should be cross functionality for the servers. But if anybody does know, please post down below. If I were to create a server or an account on like a Hong Kong server, whatever was listed there, something else, right? Other than my usual North American, I would be able to add a player, right? I assume that's how this game works. It should be how this game works. It doesn't have any PvP or co-op or anything like that either, so it truly shouldn't matter. But post down below if that is true. I believe that is the case. So anyway, like I said, you will need to log in with an email address. I'm going to log in with one now, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have done that, and I'm in now, so I'm good. By the way, you don't always, if you're done, like with all the, you want to just log out and all that stuff, you don't have to do that. When you first start the game, it puts a banner across the very top of this screen, and there's a button that says change account. You can click that too. You don't have to go into menu, customer support, all that stuff. Like, it's only a few clicks, but if you wanted to do that, you can do that as well. But now that I'm back in to another email address, it will from here download resources if it didn't have them. Since I didn't delete the app, it's not going to be a very big download, just player data basically. If there even is one, apparently. It's going to be very minimal. But once we're in, this is how things look. Oh, I guess I logged into the same account. Whoops. I didn't realize that was the same email. But you know what? It's okay because I didn't really need to do all that anyway. I could have just created it on a different server. I don't really care all that much. But the cool thing is, like I said, with the different server, you do get 5 chances. So I can show you that button as well here. So let's just do it. Any second now. Oh, maybe not because I did it that way. That's fair. Customer support, customer service, and actually I don't think I have to do all of this. I'll just log out again because that's what worked for me. I'll just log out one more time and I'll just log into another account. Like I said, sorry I'm all over the place. I was hoping it would spawn that change account button, but I didn't fully close the app, so it didn't show it to me. So I could create an account on a different server, but it's all right. Actually, didn't I spawn that earlier without doing all that? I'm kind of all over the place. I'm kind of crazy right now. I guess I'm hungry. So the main gist, I'll summarize it in the end if any of this was confusing for you. Yeah, there's a very minimal download, 18 megabytes, because I already have everything else already downloaded. I'll summarize it in the end if this was confusing to you and kind of just give you guys a recap. All right, so here's a look at the general tutorial. It's unfortunate also that you can't skip the tutorial either. They really wanted to make this version, well, I don't know if you can skip the Japanese version, but they really wanted to make this game just, it's not a long tutorial. It literally maybe takes 5 minutes. Seriously, you'll see it right here. It's not very long, but they wanted to make this one like one where it's a hassle to try to reroll for sure. And again, I do think now is the best time possible to start because of the pre-registration rewards and all the things that I brought up earlier. I guess I'll take this opportunity to summarize. Basically, not to summarize what rerolling is. That if that wasn't clear, I guess I didn't fully explain it. That's starting over and over and over until you get the designated character or start that you want. Because a lot of people believe in starting off with the best possible characters to give themselves a boost, right? So you're going to want to start with Gojo. You're going to want to start with Megumi. They're both SS tier characters still on JP a year later. That's what you want, right? So with that being said, how do you do that, right? So you're going to start off with an account, first download, first creating a Bilibili email address or log in with a Gmail address, whatever it is. And then from there, you're going to get what I have. You're going to be on the same trajectory as me. It's going to walk you through the tutorial. It literally takes only a few minutes, as you're going to see here. I thought it was 10. It's much less than that. It's going to walk you through the tutorial. And then from there, you're going to go in and you're going to claim whatever free rewards are in your gift box and then do summons. If you get something you want, obviously, that means you keep the account. If not, you go back to the title screen and then you either change servers or log into an entirely new Gmail account. I do believe you should change the server, by the way, if that wasn't clear. That menu that I spawned earlier, I don't know how to get it back right now in this moment, and I don't want to spend time pulling it up. But yeah, it really... You know, it's really not that long. It really isn't that long. Like I said, I thought it was maybe closer to 10 minutes. It's like 3 minutes. So it's really not that bad. Especially because even though you can't skip stuff, tapping actually makes it go faster. So that works. Okay, yeah, give me all these characters and memories. That's fine. And then all it's going to make me do is play one story stage.
with another little bit of tutorial, and that's it.
Okay. And then we'll see what we get. And also, by the way, I wanted to get a secondary account myself, so I guess this will be my own reroll attempt. Hopefully I can walk away with Megumi. That would be perfect for this video. But again, I really want to stress that depending on when you watch this video, this information will change depending on what the best character is at that time, and also what's available in the gift box for free. Right now, the game just launched a week and a half ago, so like right now is, in my opinion, the best time to start because there's just so much stuff going on. But I think another good time would especially be around the 6-month anniversary and then the 1-year anniversary. You definitely want to try to start playing the game during these hype celebrations. Typically, those are and that applies to mostly any gacha game. Those are the most times where they're generous and things like that, where they're giving away a lot of rewards. So, all right, completed this, and now I have free reigns of the account, and we're gonna go in and get the gifts and then do some summons. All right. Oh no, it's gonna have me enhance the character first. Then I'm all right. Okay. All right, so now I'm done. Okay, and it's showing me the gift box, which is where we're going next. It's going to give me the login stuff here for the current campaign. Okay. Perfect. And gift box. Boom. Got the guaranteed gacha ticket too. Claim these missions, whatever's here. Not a lot, but it's all right. Now we hit the gacha, and like I said, you're going to want to make sure that on this guaranteed SSR ticket, because you can re-roll it, you're not going to be able to re-roll pretty much any other ticket that you get. This one you want to get Gojo on. Make sure you get Gojo. Or if you want to get something specific, that's up to you. All right, let's see if we get Fushiguro. And no cursed energy at all in that punch. That's not great. Looked like that was a recollection bit. Don't really care. Is it the new one? Yeah, it is the new one. I do like the new one, especially with the dupe, but I wouldn't consider that to be the account I'm keeping so far. Like I said, you could decide to do only one, but I would just do all of them until I can get them, because you're gonna get thousands and tens of thousands of cursed enemy cubes throughout the process. So yeah, this isn't great. Did get SR Nanami though. This is actually low-key a good summon for the characters that are here. Rindo is the worst one out of all the non-dupes, but the other, you know, the top two ones and Nanami, that's a really good start. But those are R characters. I'm not too worried about them. The SR I am a little bit worried about, but not the Rs. All right. Oh, as a recollection bit. Man. All right. Come on, come on. This will be it right here. Cursed energy there. You really want to get the Black Flash, of course. Come on. Rainbow character. And Shafted. Okay. So what I would do here is just start. I mean, you could do these singles. I've got 3 singles. You could do those. You could probably get something if you want to. But after that, you just basically start over. You go back to the title screen. And then from there, you change the account or all that stuff that I showed you guys early in the beginning of the video. So that is how to re-roll in this game. It's unfortunate that the delete account button is basically useless. Like I said, it takes 7 days. So there's that. And also, it's unfortunate that as a side note, even if it was there and it was an instantaneous thing, they still want you to be logged in with an account, which also kind of sucks. So there is no guest option, so this is not really, it's not like a hard game to reroll. It just requires you to have the emails if you wanted to do that. All right, guys, hope you all enjoyed. And if you want to see that video I talked about earlier about this start and why Megumi is the best character to go for, all that stuff, it's on the screen now. Make sure you click it before you go.